Goodness gracious. What day is it today? Today's the 21st of March. January, February, March. I have like this like invisible cut on my lip from being dry or something. Yeah. And today I have not had a chance to gather my thoughts yet. Also, I just haven't been flowing. I got a lot of thoughts out yesterday. Yesterday I think is my favorite video I've made so far. I forgot what it was titled though. I think it was Dogs Get You Money. Or no, Dogs Get You Girls. Or Dogs Get something, yeah. Anyways, so right now I'm super stacked. Like literally this morning I had nothing and I was like, man, what am I doing with my life? And then out of nowhere, like a bunch of stuff happened. Like right now I'm going to Ethan's. Going to Ethan's right now. He called me like 30 minutes ago and was like, yo, there's this car I want to go look at in Simi Valley, which is like an hour, 45 minutes away, or it's 45 minutes away. And he's like, yo, it's a good deal. I'll probably make like $1,500 off of it. And then like he can flip it in like weeks. So I'm like, okay, $1,500 in a week, not bad for doing like an hour and a half of work. Not 2 hours, 3 hours. We just pick it up, drive back, clean it, post it. Damn, look at the fucking bunda on. Whoa. Never mind. Butterface. Anyways, so there's that. And then I realized at 3 o'clock I have to meet. Oh, this thing is so loud. I have to meet Raven at her house because Ethan, Frank, and I and Raven are all going on a hike. And that's at 3 o'clock. So I'm like, oh shit, right now it's 11:30. It took way too long of a morning because this morning I didn't really get to do all of my morning things because I had to drive our friend Colin, to school for first period, and we were late because we had to stop at his dad's house and all of that. And we had a good conversation. He was at the timetable with us. The timetable is the table in the backyard that we all drink coffee at with Dad, and we have good conversation. And today we learned that your caffeine receptors aren't on for the first like 90 minutes of the day. So there's like no point in drinking before the first 90 minutes are up. And it makes sense because every day that we drink it after 90 minutes, we are like totally cracked out, like tweaking off of this caffeine. But the other days, it's like I feel almost like more groggy, I'm not gonna lie. Probably a little bit placebo, but anyways, in the conversation at the timetable, Dad and Ethan were talking about, Ethan said, Enzo knows his purpose in life, and I don't really know what I'm doing yet. And my dad was like, you know your purpose in life? And I was like, oh, no, but I'm following my intuition, and I know what I want to do right now. And I'm just doing the best I possibly can right now. And he's like, okay, that makes sense. And then I kind of realized, like, he looked at me funny for saying I know my purpose in life, but at the same time, like, look at the 19-year-olds that are going into school to be a doctor, and that's like 10 to 12, or like 8 to 12 years of schooling. And then everybody will see that and be like, oh yeah, they know they're going to be a doctor. That's their life. That's what they're going to do with their life. Same age, one of them isn't in school, one's in school. One's has a clear path and everybody else can understand what they're going to be. So everybody's like, okay, yeah, they have something they're doing with their life. But the other one's like, I'm scheming, bro. People can't even comprehend where I'm going in my life yet. Only I really see it, and a couple people around me see it. And like, I thought that was funny because like you can trust a 19-year-old to go to school and get hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, and like, yeah, it makes sense. Versus a kid who's actually making money and understanding how it works, and like making a bigger savings than most people. Like they don't, whatever. I just thought that was quite goofy, hee hee ha ha. Oh yeah, last time we watched SNL skits. Man, I'm all over the place today with my thoughts. Yeah, and then as I'm leaving, Dad comes over, or Hannah, I'm literally leaving, and Hannah comes out of her room and is like, Enzo needs to go pick up the kids. I'm like, what? And so she wants me to go pick up the kids from school at like 2:45, and I'm like, bro, I have a hike at 3, and right now I'm going to Moore Park or whatever, Simi Valley, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm gonna time to balance all this, and I was like, this, and I was like, and Dad was like, what's wrong? And I was like, I just explained everything I just said to you, except way more simplified, and yeah, so I have to figure out how to balance that. So it's like time management, and it's good practice, you know. So everything will always unfold. It's like I feel like everything feels like it's the end of the world, but it's like everything always unfolds perfectly fine. So sometimes it's okay. Anyways, clarity. Perfect. What else? I had a thought. Oh yeah, I had to pick him up because Dad's going to Santa Barbara for umpiring, and Hannah's car is being used by Frank and Ethan because Frank's car that Dad gave him, the clutch, it was stick shift, the Jetta just went out, everything in it is gone because Dad like never did maintenance for it and it sat for a while or something like that. I also think Frank drove it like a maniac, and like rode the clutch a lot, so it probably wore it down, and then the transmission fluid and clutch fluid and all the things that Frank was naming, and it sounded like he was saying the most random names of all time, but whatever. And then Ethan's car died because Ethan never maintenanced it, and it like completely out of oil, completely out of coolant, and the engine like died. It's repairable because the engine blocks aren't melted together because of no oil, but it's repairable, but it's like a lot. So they have no cars, so I'm basically the servant, and it makes me want to move out. Not that, but like it just like brought the thought like, man, like I can't wait to move out and not have like other people's responsibilities following me. That's very selfish. I'm aware of how selfish that is, but at the same time, I'm like, you know, it's not like I crave having other people's responsibilities. And I mean, I'm part of a family, so it's like it's my responsibility too. Sometimes it happens, but it's like, I don't know. Also with the laundry, like I want to have my own. I want to go to a laundromat and do my laundry, like move out and have, you know, just like something about the. Oh, I'm gonna sound so Gen Z. The aesthetic over there, and like the feeling of it. You have nothing to do for like an hour and a half. You're just sitting there, and like I love that. Like I almost crave it. Like it really gets my thoughts flowing. Oh my God, look at that Porsche. Wait. I'm going to have one of those by the time I'm 21, maybe 22. I'm going to have a Porsche this year too. I'm going to manifest it. It's probably going to be a cheap one, but whatever. And then I'm going to flip it. I'm not going to keep it. Hell no. So, anyways. I loved laundromats. I came up with a lot of creative ideas at a laundromat. And the popsicles are cheap. So it's cool. And this road is bumpier than normal. My car's running smoother than normal because I just got it serviced yesterday. Anyways, oh man, what a cluster flip of emotion and thoughts. I didn't know I had all that. I could talk for that long. And it's probably not that entertaining either. I'm just like ranting like all over the place. Yeah. So yeah, busy, feeling like I want to move out and just be on my own, but also like with all the boys, and like feel like that'll really grow my self-awareness and like really grow that like I don't care what you think. Like I feel like that part of my brain will grow when I move out. And just adulting, like I can't wait for it, but at the same time I'm glad with where I am, but also at the same time I'm like, okay bro, it's like senioritis, but like for living at home, you know what I mean? Like you can't wait for it to be done, but at the same time you're missing it. I think that's a pretty good description of it actually. But anyways, I hope it's filming because I'm not ranting again. What else? Oh yeah, this morning when I was driving Colin, I wrote down that like we remember the things that are unique, because I saw this dude getting pulled over and it looked like he was having an argument with the cop. He was like had the ticket and he was like, and I was like, what the hell? But it's like that guy is probably gonna remember that time he got pulled over and probably like be able to tell that story when he's like 60. He looked like he was like 25 or 30. So I'm like, it's crazy that like you get pulled over probably like, I don't know what the average is. I've never been pulled over. I've been driving for like 3 years, 2-3 years, but like, and I drive crazy, but let's say you get pulled over 5 to 20 times in your life. It's pretty easy to remember pretty much all of them because they're like rare. Like it doesn't happen often, and they're all unique. You get pulled over for different reasons. Like ask somebody like to tell multiple stories about when they were pulled over. They'll probably remember all of them. And it's like, it's because it's a unique experience, and it's also because adrenaline is flowing, and when adrenaline is in your blood, it actually like locks in your memories. through what's called dendrites. It's the actual like physical thing of a memory, and there's the synapse that shoots electricity between it. It looks like that, and then that's what your memory is, and that's what neurons. And anyways, so when adrenaline goes, it actually like secures the dendrite, because when a dendrite first grows, it's like a baby tree. It's like really thin, and then the more times you think about and recall that, it gets thicker and thicker because it's getting used more, and so that's what makes it thicker. And then there's like roots. It looks like a giant root system, but it's just like a bunch of little like twigs of these tiny little boop, they stick out anytime you have a new experience. It's like boop, it sticks out, and then if you think about it more, it gets thicker and then thicker, and then it'll get thicker. And then there's like, if you look up a picture of dendrites of the brain, you'll understand what I'm saying. Anyway, adrenaline basically locks it in. So that's like, anytime you have an adrenaline experience, you remember it very vividly. Like when you're crashing a car, it feels like it was slow motion. It's because you remember every single millisecond. Not actually, but you know what I mean? And then actually, no! This guy almost merged right into me. When you sleep, your brain is basically cutting out all of the extra dendrites and recycling like the biological material that it used. That's why you need sleep, is because that's like when you feel brain fog, it's literally because your brain is still like, it's like too full, and it's like it needs to rest to get your brain to clear. And so then, yeah, all of that off of, you remember unique experiences. That's weird, bro. I go on crazy rants. I love knowledge. It's cool. Yeah, I was like, I don't want to live a life that's not unique. Like, I realized, like, I'm not afraid of having like 20 different careers. Like, maybe for the sake of what's on my mind, maybe I'm a plumber for a year or two, and that's the service. I learn enough about plumbing from that, and then maybe I'm a construction worker for a couple of years, and then maybe I'm a contractor for like another 5 years, and then maybe later on, once I have my own money, I can start funding and like getting lessons and all kinds of stuff to learn how to do like bigger things that like say music, or I can buy my own studio or something and get studio time or something, or I can get freedom to do comedy or whatever. And I don't know, that's something I have to work out, because I feel like you can do that without money, like all of that, but also acting. Like, I want to learn to take acting lessons, but Frank and Colin both think I can be an actor. Like, at random times, I'm like, dude, like, I'll be doing something goofy, and they're like, dude, you can literally be an actor. Like, you remind me of this guy, this guy, this guy, and I'm like, thanks, bro. Like, I'm just trying to be Jim Carrey, bro. Bruh. You don't get what you don't work towards. Anyway. What else? Yeah, busy, time management, moving out. We remember things. Oh yeah, about the laundry. I completely went on a side tangent. The laundry, it was pissing me off because like Frank took all my laundry out and then put it in my thing, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. And I was gonna put my laundry away, but then I was rushed out of the house for all these things that I'm busy for. I was like, oh, man, now they're gonna get all wrinkled just sitting in the basket instead of like still being like warm, and then like you straighten them out and then it doesn't wrinkle. And then anyway, and then as I'm leaving, Dad was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you people?" And I was like, "Oh, what do you mean?" And he's like, "Somebody took my pants and put them in the dirty laundry after they were just washed." And I was like, "Yeah, that was Frank." Except I didn't throw him under the bus. I was just like, I just dipped. Yeah. I mean, what am I supposed to say to that? Yeah. Oh, I've been watching the Kendrick Lamar and Rick Rubin interview, and while it's very interesting and I'm learning more about artistry, I'm also agreeing with him for a lot of things, like writing in my notes constantly, and like I'm like, oh, I do that too. It kind of gives me hope. I'm like, you know what, bro, if you discovered that and I discovered it, I almost crashed. If you discovered that and I discovered that, like, it's like I find a lot of similarities in artists and me, and I'm like, that makes me feel good. I'm like, I got to be on the right track, you know. One of the right tracks. What the hell was I saying? Oh yeah, I have not felt inspiration about it, like, lately. Like, I was watching it and I was like, wasn't feeling like, I should go do this. But instead I'm feeling a lot of brain fog, and it's really making me sad. Because I'm like, dude, it's like putting a cap on my creativity and my writing and everything. And I don't like that. Like, I think it's honestly because there's this one song I was talking about yesterday. It's like, I have not started writing it, and I've procrastinated on it for 2 weeks now. And it's like, I have all the notes for it. I just need to put it into format. I don't know where to start, and so it's like, I just haven't started. I was gonna force myself to do it today because I had nothing to do, and then a bunch of shit came up. But whatever. It's kind of like how you push homework off into the last day, and then on the last day you're like, okay, I got a lot of time to do it, and then a bunch of shit happens. You're like, well, I didn't do it. You know. But I feel like that's really been clogging me. So I gotta just get that done, and even if it's shitty, I just gotta get it done and get it out of my mind. So yeah, I just feel like I have a lot of shit on my mind. I feel like that was a sufficient rant for somebody to listen to. I don't think why would anybody want to listen to this? You know what I mean? I'm literally just ranting about my problems. Like, who would voluntarily listen to, like, I would not. I'm only doing it. I'm only doing it because it's me, and in the future I'm probably going to listen to it or something to look back and find more inspiration at times. And I don't know. But I also feel a lot of brain fog whenever I don't journal. Like, I have to, in the mornings, I'll have to journal what I did yesterday because I didn't write down what I did yesterday. And I'm like, yesterday was so important, and all these things happen. And it's like epiphany a day. Go crazy. Oh man, I just have so much angst. In the creative act I was reading today, and it was saying, like, when you're learning a new language, you might know how to ask a question, how to say a curse combo, how to ask for food, and get very basics, but only when you've started to really learn the language and master it are you really able to convey the emotions and feelings you have. And it's like, that's how art is. It's like, you know the basics, and you just have to master your craft and keep practicing it until you're able to really self-express. And I'm like, man, I'm taking too long. I need to get over the basics first. So it's like, music is my new language. It's like, I have no idea how to do it. And like, I think honestly, I'm just gonna start paying to expedite that process by like taking piano lessons or something. The same way literally today I'm gonna get my Audible subscription. I just realized this might not be filming, but I'm gonna get my Audible subscription today because I can literally read all of the books on my shelf. I have like 20 or 30 books. I can read them all this year if I have an Audible subscription. I can just like read along as I go, because like, say on average each book's 10 hours. If you do a little over an hour a day, which is not hard. I used to listen to a podcast a day for like a month, which is like 2-3 hours a day. But if I listen to a little over an hour a day, I can listen to a book a week. That's like 20 to 30 weeks. And I honestly think I only have like 15 books, if I'm being honest. But like, so anyway, using my money to expedite the process of getting where I want to go, instead of being arrogant, greedy, and no, not arrogant, ignorant, greedy, yeah, and screwing myself because I don't know. I need to get more impatient about it. It'll force me to action. So, well, I'm almost to Ethan's house. I'm going to turn into why is there so many cars? But I'm turning into Wheeler Canyon right now. I swear, this guy follows me. You know what? It's really annoying. It's like when there's like a giant truck behind you, and then like they have their brights on, and you're just like blinded in your rear view, and then you turn so that they like even if you turn early, like on a street, if you have to turn 3 streets ahead, you turn 1 street early so that they stop following you, and like maybe they'll go, and then they follow you, and you're like, bro, what are the chances that I took a random turn and they freaking turned too? I'm like, bro, what? That definitely didn't happen recently. also, with Frank and Colin yesterday, I was hanging out with them while we were waiting for Ethan to get to work. And we went to In-N-Out and then got 15 meat patties by themselves and then a bunch of lettuce on the side because the lettuce and tomatoes and onions and pickles and chilies are all free. And then we went to Snapper Jacks and got chips and ate it like that. And it was just so fun hanging out with them. Like, we had so many jokes were told. Like, I was dying laughing for like 8 hours straight. It was awesome. And I'm like, man, it makes you feel good that I'm laughing again and like not at a job, you know. But I'm also like making money here, so it's like, it's cool, bro. Anyways, yeah, I need to hit my first 10K month, which will happen soon, next 2 to 3 months, because I'm gonna make it happen. I'm just gonna make it happen. But it's like Ethan said that this month he's supposed to hit 12K if he sells his truck, because he's already made 3K this month, like in revenue, not just profit. Because profit is, technically we don't have any profit yet because we're reinvesting every single penny we make. Because it's like, you could either spend 3K and get 10K back and make 7K profit, or you could spend 3K, get 10K back, and then spend 9K, get 27K back, spend 27K, and then like get whatever that number is, 81K back. Yeah, this is Mr. Lopez. But you know, that's my math. It's like if you spend, that was only what, 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 or whatever. So you get 81 in like 4 months versus 3K this month, take the 7, pocket it, take 3, get the 7, pocket it. That's only 28K over 4 months. So that's how my math is working. And that's all theory, of course, but it's like if you use the same similar investment, it's like you can basically print money. Ooh, that's what we cleaned out the other day. What you called? I don't remember what it's called. Driveway. All right, I'm here. That's my rant for today because I tried to squeeze it in whenever I could. My thoughts were all over the place because I wasn't gathered, and I hope it filmed, and I hope it got the audio. I'm gonna cry if it did not. Peace out. I'll see you tomorrow. I might not be able to work out. No, I'm gonna do push-ups and squats. All right, bye. It was filming. Let's go.